As Ukraine continues to defend itself against Russia's brutal invasion, its neighbor to the west, Hungary, is deploying a strategy with just one country in mind. This month, Christian conservative Viktor Orban easily defeated a vast political coalition at home, with criticism from the European Union and pressure from Ukrainian President VolodymyrZelenskyy to win a third consecutive term as Prime Minister of Hungary.
This victory will also be remembered for the rest of our lives, perhaps because we had to fight the biggest, overwhelming force, the left at home, the international left all around, and in the end, even the Ukrainian president.
Before the first Russian tanks rolled, there was bad blood between the two countries over Ukraine's treatment of its Hungarian-speaking citizens. But now Hungary stands out as the only country in the region refusing to help Ukraine fight Russia. That means no military aid or even weapons shipments across its borders, despite personal pleas from Zelenskyy.
You have to decide for yourself who you are with.
This is not our war, so we want to and will stay out of it, said Hungary's foreign minister. Orban is widely seen as Vladimir Putin's closest ally in Europe. He sought neutrality in the war despite his country's membership in both NATO and the European Union.
And they've tried to, in some ways, thread a bit of a middle road between friendliness with Russia, as well as, of course, being members of these Western structures.
Why? Russia supplies 90% of Hungary's raw energy needs. Orban blocked the EU from imposing sanctions on Russian energy imports, considered Europe's most effective weapon for putting pressure on the Kremlin, warning they would grind Hungary's economy to a halt. I'm really sorry that cheap Russian oil is more important for Hungarian politicians than Ukrainian blood, wrote the Czech Republic's defense minister. And now, when the bill comes, Orban says he'll pay for Russian gas in rubles, honoring a request from Putin designed to boost Russia's currency after sanctions took a toll.
What does this do for Russia, that the fact that Hungary, a member of NATO, is taking a more neutral stance?
I'd say there's several countries that Russia sees as perhaps not allies, that'd be too strong a word, but potential sort of vectors for wielding influence within the EU and within NATO and the West more broadly. So Hungary, I'd say I'd put in that camp.
Under Orban, Hungary has long staked out a position of independence. While most of Europe marches in lockstep to the left, Orban has moved Hungary to the right, implementing cutting-edge pro-family policies that have transformed Hungarian culture and rattled the EU. He recently backed Katalin Novak, Minister for Families, to become Hungary's first female president. Under her leadership, abortions are down 40%, marriages are up 83%, divorces are at a 6-decade low. And after receiving a mandate from Hungarian voters, Orban sent this message to his European neighbors.
Christian democratic politics, conservative civic politics, and patriotic politics have won. We are telling Europe that this is not the past. This is the future. This will be our common European future.
While he's unwilling to punch Putin where it would hurt the most, Orban has voted in favor of most EU actions against Russia, including funds for Ukraine to buy arms. The Hungarian government is also caring for hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian refugees, aided by the nation's Christians. And now Hungarian troops we recently observed training are welcoming a NATO battle group made up of U.S. troops and others to assemble a show of force against Russian aggression. And as the world picks sides, Viktor Orban is making it clear he's on Hungary's side, no matter what. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News.